and will keep drifting, floating together through the science of health, looping softly, endlessly through the night. With the wisdom of Dr. William Lee, tonight we'll drift through the vascular dance of circulation, the hidden strength within your marrow, the cellular guardians of movement. Stay tuned for the 3-minute leg hack for stem cells and flow. There's nothing you need to do now. Just let your body sink. Heavier, heavier. Feel the mattress holding you, every muscle softening, your heartbeat slowing, thump, thump, matching the rhythm of regeneration itself. Shoulders melting down, jaw releasing, each breath pulling you deeper, deeper into the calm, the quiet, the dark. If this health learning video helps you rest, tap subscribe, comment, and hit like so others can find this calm too, but only if your eyes are still open. Otherwise, just drift. Now, let's drift into the hidden rivers beneath your skin, your legs. These magnificent pillars are not solid, not still. They are rivers, networks of light, pulsing, breathing, regenerating, even as you sleep, deep within your calf muscles. Right now, this very moment, tiny vessels are being born. Angiogenesis, the whispered word for new blood vessels sprouting like spring branches, threading through tissue, bringing oxygen, bringing life. Your tibial artery, that grand river running down your shin, branches into 1,000 tributaries, each one smaller, finer, reaching into the dark spaces between muscle fibers, feeding them, renewing them, and the cells remember. They remember how to heal, how to grow. Your capillary density in the quadriceps, those powerful muscles of your thigh, can increase, can multiply, can spread their network wider, creating more pathways for blood, more routes for nutrients, more channels for waste to drift away, like streams carrying autumn leaves downstream. Everything flowing, flowing, flowing. There are compounds in your food, invisible architects that whisper instructions to these vessels. Red cabbage, deep purple, almost black, holds anthocyanins, molecules that strengthen vessel walls, making them supple, resilient, like silk threads woven through water. These compounds drift through your bloodstream, finding the tiny capillaries in your calves, your shins, your feet, and they bind, they signal, they strengthen. Quercetin, found in the papery skins of onions, in the crispness of apples, arrives like a gentle conductor, orchestrating vascular tone. It helps your blood vessels know when to relax, when to contract, maintaining that perfect balance, that dance between flow and resistance. Too tight and nothing passes, too loose and pressure drops. But quercetin, it maintains the rhythm, the pulse, the steady beat. And there's another, epigallocatechin gallet, EGCG, from green tea leaves. It sounds complex, technical, but imagine it simply as a molecule that speaks to your vessel walls, telling them stories of resilience, of flexibility, of youth. These compounds don't shout, they whisper, accumulating slowly, day by day, cup by cup, building strength in silence. Your muscles, those long bundles of fibers in your thighs, your calves, are not permanent structures. They are constantly being renewed, rebuilt, cell by cell. There are sleeping cells, tucked beneath the membrane of each muscle fiber. We call them satellite cells. They wait, dormant, until damage occurs, until stress arrives. And then they wake, they activate, divide, fuse, creating new muscle tissue, patching holes, building strength. This is satellite cell regeneration, happening now, while you rest, while you breathe slowly in and out, in and out. The repair work continues in darkness, in stillness. Your body knows what to do. You don't need to think about it, don't need to control it. Just rest and let the cells do their ancient work. Deeper still, in the hollow spaces of your bones, in your femur, your tibia, there's a different kind of cell. Mesenchymal stem cells living in your bone marrow. They are pluripotent, meaning they remember many futures. They can become bone, cartilage, fat, even blood vessels. They wait in the marrow like seeds in dark soil, ready to grow when called upon. When you move, when you load your bones with gentle weight, signals cascade down, hormones drift through, and these stem cells wake, divide, differentiate, becoming whatever tissue needs renewal. The foods you eat send messages too. Ellagic acid, found in walnuts, in their bitter papery skins, pomegranates with their jeweled seeds, berries staining fingers purple. These molecules find their way to your stem cells, protecting their DNA, keeping their memory clear, ensuring they can still respond, still regenerate, still build new tissue decades from now. Ursolic acid, hidden in apple peels, that waxy coating you might wash away. It tells your muscle cells to grow, to strengthen. It reduces the breakdown, the constant erosion that happens when muscles aren't used. When you sleep, when you rest deeply like this, ursolic acid helps tip the balance toward building, toward growth, toward strength. Omega-3 fatty acids, those long chains found in fish, in flax seeds, in walnuts, they weave themselves into cell membranes, making them fluid, flexible, responsive. Your muscle cells breathe better when their membranes are made of these good fats. They repair faster, they signal more clearly. Communication between cells improves, like clearing static from a radio. Suddenly the signal is clear, pure, strong. But here's something mysterious, something science is only beginning to understand. Your gut, that long tube of digestion, talks to your muscles, the gut-muscle axis, an invisible telephone line. Bacteria living in your intestines, tiny organisms you've never seen. They produce compounds that drift into your bloodstream, travel down, 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 into your legs, and change how your muscles work. Akkermansia mucinifera, a bacterium with a beautiful name, lives in your mucus layer. It helps control metabolism, helps your body use energy efficiently. More Akkermansia means better muscle function, better glucose uptake, more efficient burning of fuel. It's fed by polyphenols, by fiber, by the plant compounds in your diet. Another one, Lactobacillus reuteri, has been shown to increase muscle mass, to improve muscle quality, simply by existing in your gut, producing signals, creating metabolites. These drift through your body, whisper to your muscle cells, telling them to grow, to strengthen. Even though the bacterium never leaves your intestine, its influence reaches your calves, your thighs, your gluteal muscles. They produce short-chain fatty acids, SCFAs, butyrate, propionate, acetate. These small molecules are absorbed, enter your bloodstream, travel everywhere. They reduce inflammation, improve insulin sensitivity, help your muscles take up glucose more efficiently, all from bacteria, invisible to your eyes, working while you sleep. You feed them with fiber, legumes, lentils, chickpeas, black beans. These fiber-rich foods pass through your stomach, your small intestine, largely unchanged, reaching your colon where the bacteria wait, hungry. They ferment the fiber, breaking it down, creating those short-chain fatty acids, creating health, creating strength, all from a bowl of beans, all from food you barely think about. Fermented foods carry their own battalions of helpful bacteria, kimchi, spicy, sour, filled with lactobacilli, kefir, creamy, tangy, containing dozens of strains. These foods reduce systemic inflammation, that low-grade fire that burns through your body as you age, wearing down tissues, damaging cells. But fermented foods, they dampen the flames, they cool the burn, they let your legs heal faster, repair better, regenerate more completely. Your skin, the largest organ, wrapped around your legs like a protective cloak. It faces the sun, the air, the friction of fabric, and its DNA, the instruction manual in every cell, takes damage constantly. UV light from the sun, free radicals from metabolism, but there are compounds that protect, that repair. Sulforaphane from broccoli sprouts, those tiny green shoots. It activates a pathway, the NRF2 pathway, like flipping a switch that turns on hundreds of protective genes simultaneously. These genes produce enzymes, proteins, that scavenge free radicals, repair damaged DNA, protect your skin cells from mutation, from aging, from cancer. You only need a handful, a small pile of sprouts on your plate, and sulforaphane drifts through your blood, finds its way to skin cells in your legs, your thighs, your feet, and activates that switch. Click, and suddenly your cells are protected, defended, resilient. Lycopene, the red pigment in tomatoes, watermelon, pink grapefruit, accumulates in your skin, especially when heated, when cooked in oil. It sits in the membranes, waiting, and when UV light strikes, when radiation tries to damage DNA, lycopene absorbs the energy, sacrifices itself, protecting the cell beneath. Your skin becomes its own sunscreen, built from food, from plants, from lycopene quietly accumulating day after day. Carotenoids, those orange and yellow pigments, beta-carotene in carrots, sweet potatoes, lutein in kale, zeaxanthin in corn, they all deposit in your skin, creating layers of protection, reducing UV damage, preventing sunburn, preserving the DNA in your dermal cells, so even your legs, often covered, still benefit, still accumulate these protective compounds, still age more slowly. And here's something remarkable. Physical activity, movement of your legs, affects telomere length. Telomeres, those protective caps on the ends of chromosomes, like the plastic tips on shoelaces. They shorten with each cell division, with age, with stress. But exercise, regular movement, actually slows the shortening, even lengthens them. People who walk, who run, who move their legs daily, have longer telomeres, younger cells, slower aging, all from movement, from the simple act of using these limbs. Your immune system patrols your legs constantly. Macrophages, white blood cells, drift through tissue, searching for damage, for invaders, for cellular debris. When they find damaged tissue, they can polarize two ways. M1 polarization, pro-inflammatory, attacking, clearing debris, or M2 polarization, anti-inflammatory, healing, building new tissue. The balance matters. Too much M1 and inflammation persists. Tissue stays damaged. Wounds don't heal. Too much M2 and debris isn't cleared. Infections linger. But when balanced, when oscillating between both states, healing proceeds perfectly. Macrophages clear damage, then switch, begin repair, building new tissue, new blood vessels, new strength, natural killer cells. Another type of immune cell patrol constantly, looking for cells that have become damaged, infected, cancerous. They recognize abnormal cells, bind to them, release toxic granules, and the damaged cell dies, quietly, efficiently, removed before it can cause problems. This immune surveillance happens everywhere, in the muscles of your calves, the skin of your shins, the bone marrow of your femur. Constant patrol, constant protection, constant renewal. Vitamin D, made in your skin when sunlight touches it, travels through blood to every cell, including those in your legs. Your muscle cells have vitamin D receptors, little docking ports, waiting for this hormone. When vitamin D binds, genes activate, protein synthesis increases, muscle function improves, calcium absorption improves. Your bones become denser, stronger, more resistant to fracture. But most people don't get enough sun, don't make enough vitamin D, so it comes from food, from fatty fish, from fortified milk, from supplements, and it drifts through blood, finds those receptors in your legs, and binds, activating, strengthening, protecting. Polyphenols. These plant compounds appear again and again, like recurring characters in a long story. Extra virgin olive oil, dark green, peppery, contains hydroxytyrosol, a polyphenol that reduces joint inflammation, protects cartilage, maintains the smooth surfaces where bone meets bone in your knees, your ankles, your hips. Drizzle it on vegetables, on salad, on bread, and hydroxytyrosol enters your blood, travels down into your joints, where it whispers to chondrocytes, the cells that maintain cartilage, telling them to produce more matrix, more cushioning, more protection. The joints stay supple, smooth, pain-free. Dark chocolate, real chocolate, with high cocoa content, contains flavonoids, specifically epicatechin, which improves flow-mediated dilation. This means your arteries can relax more easily, can expand when blood flow increases. Your legs receive more oxygen, more nutrients, especially during movement, during exercise, when demand is high. This happens through nitric oxide, that simple molecule, NO, produced by the endothelium, the inner lining of your blood vessels. Flavonoids increase nitric oxide production. The molecule diffuses into smooth muscle cells surrounding vessels, tells them to relax, and the vessel diameter increases. Resistance drops, flow improves, your legs feel lighter, stronger, more alive. Nitrate-rich leafy greens, arugula, spinach, bok choy, contain nitrates that convert to nitrites in your saliva, then to nitric oxide in your blood. More nitric oxide, more vasodilation, better flow, better oxygen delivery. Athletes have known this for years. A plate of greens before activity, and performance improves, endurance extends, fatigue delays, all from leaves, from chlorophyll, from nitrates. Garlic, that pungent bulb, has artery-clearing properties. The compound allicin, created when garlic is crushed, when cell walls break and enzymes mix, produces hydrogen sulfide, another vasodilator. It also reduces platelet aggregation, keeps blood flowing smoothly, prevents clots. Your tibial artery, your femoral artery, stay clear, stay open, stay healthy. Slice garlic, let it sit, let allicin form, then eat it raw or gently cooked, and these sulfur compounds drift through your blood, relax your vessels, clear deposits, maintain flow. Anthocyanins appear again in blackberries, those dark purple jewels. They strengthen capillary walls, reduce leakage, improve integrity of the blood-brain barrier, and the same benefits extend to capillaries everywhere, including those thousands of tiny vessels threading through your calf muscles, your shin muscles, your foot muscles. Stronger walls, less leakage, better nutrient delivery. Resveratrol, from red grapes, from the skin where it concentrates, activates sirtuins, those longevity proteins, SIRT1 especially, which improves mitochondrial function, reduces inflammation, protects against cellular stress. In muscle tissue, sirtuin activation means better energy production, more efficient metabolism, slower aging. Your mitochondria, those tiny power plants, hundreds in each cell, they multiply. They undergo biogenesis, creating new organelles, new power plants, more energy capacity. This happens through PGC1 alpha, a protein that coordinates mitochondrial creation. Exercise activates PGC1 alpha, but so do certain compounds, resveratrol, quercetin, EGCG. They all whisper to your genes, telling them to make more mitochondria, more power, more capacity. When you exercise your legs, when you walk, run, climb stairs, your muscles release myokines. These are signaling proteins, hormones made by muscle, that travel through blood affecting your entire body. Irisin is one. It promotes the browning of fat, converting white adipose tissue, those storage cells, into brown adipose tissue, those burning cells that generate heat, that consume energy. The 3-minute leg hack for stem cells and flow. It's about more than just movement. It's a biological signal, a wake-up call to your regenerative systems. Dr. Lee explains how simple tension, brief exertion, can trigger the release of endothelial progenitor cells, those microscopic repair crews that circulate through your vessels, seeking out damage, knitting back the lining of your arteries, improving flow, optimizing your internal plumbing. It is a focused burst of activity, small in time, but massive in metabolic impact. This specific hack targets your largest muscle groups, the engines of the body, where movement sparks the production of myokines, those chemical messengers that talk to your bone marrow, telling it to mobilize stem cells into the bloodstream, into the areas that need renewal, like the way resveratrol whispers to your mitochondria. This leg hack whispers to your longevity genes, demanding more vitality, more resilience, more flow. It is the art of using your own biology, a 3-minute investment, to turn your legs into a pharmacy and your blood into a river of repair near your femur, your large thigh bone. Patches of brown adipose tissue exist, especially in younger people, in active people. These burn calories constantly, generating warmth, and irisin from your contracting leg muscles tells white fat nearby to become brown, to transform, to start burning instead of storing. This thermogenesis, this heat generation, requires energy, glucose, fatty acids, and as fuel is consumed, metabolic health improves, insulin sensitivity increases, your body handles sugar better, stores less fat, burns more, all from movement, from using these legs. Your skeletal muscles in your thighs are massive glucose disposal units. After you eat, blood sugar rises, insulin signals, and glucose transporters, GLUT4 specifically, rise from inside the cell to the membrane. They dock on the surface, open channels, and glucose floods in. Your thigh muscles, your gluteal muscles, they absorb vast amounts of glucose, pulling it from blood, storing it as glycogen, or burning it for energy. Exercise makes this more efficient, increases insulin sensitivity, more GLUT4 transporters, faster glucose uptake, better blood sugar control. This protects against diabetes, against metabolic syndrome, against the slow damage high glucose causes to vessels, to nerves, to organs. Coffee, that morning ritual, contains chlorogenic acids, compounds that slow glucose absorption in the intestine. reduce the post-meal spike. These acids also increase insulin sensitivity, help your muscles take up glucose more efficiently. A cup before activity, and your legs perform better, recover faster. Green tea adds its own benefits. Bioactives beyond EGCG, L-theanine for calm focus, catechins for fat oxidation. It's a cocktail of compounds working in concert, synergy, each amplifying the others. Turmeric, that golden spice, contains curcumin, which reduces joint inflammation, inhibits enzymes that break down cartilage, your knees, those complex joints bearing your weight, benefit immensely. The synovial fluid, that clear liquid cushioning the joint, stays healthy. Inflammation recedes, pain diminishes. Curcumin molecules drift into the joint space, accumulate, protect. But curcumin is poorly absorbed until you add black pepper. Piperine from pepper increases curcumin absorption 20-fold. Suddenly this golden compound floods your bloodstream, reaches your joints, your muscles, your vessels, providing its anti-inflammatory protection everywhere. Ginger adds gingerols, similar structure to curcumin, similar effects. Together they work, reducing the prostaglandins that signal pain, that trigger inflammation. Your legs move more freely, hurt less, recover faster. Glucosamine, naturally found in shellfish shells, in cartilage, provides building blocks for joint tissue. Your body uses it to synthesize glycosaminoglycans, those long sugar chains that form the matrix of cartilage. Supplementing glucosamine, or getting it from bone broth, from connective tissue, helps maintain joint health, slows degradation, collagen synthesis in tendons, those tough cords connecting muscle to bone in your legs, requires vitamin C. Specifically, vitamin C is needed to create hydroxyproline, a modified amino acid. Without it, collagen is unstable, weak, tendons fray. But kiwi fruit, green and tart and fuzzy, contains more vitamin C than oranges. It also contains enzymes, actinidin, that helps digest protein, and compounds that promote DNA repair. Your cells, constantly damaged by normal metabolism, by oxidative stress, can repair themselves more efficiently. Mutations get fixed, aging slows, all from a small fuzzy fruit. Blueberries, those tiny blue orbs, have been shown to recruit stem cells, to increase their mobilization from bone marrow into circulation. More stem cells circulating means more repair capacity, more regeneration potential. Damaged tissue anywhere in your legs, your muscles, your vessels, your skin can receive more stem cells, more healing, more renewal. The mechanism involves anthocyanins again, those purple pigments, signaling to bone marrow, telling stem cells to leave, to enter circulation, to go where they're needed. A daily handful of blueberries, and your body's repair capacity increases measurably. Pomegranates, those ancient fruits, provide urolithin A, a compound created when gut bacteria metabolize L-argitannins from the fruit. Urolithin A induces mitophagy. That's the selective autophagy of mitochondria. Old mitochondria, damaged ones, leaking reactive oxygen species, get tagged, enclosed, digested, removed. Only healthy mitochondria remain. Your muscle cells maintain their power plants better. Energy production stays high. Fatigue delays. Autophagy in your leg muscles happens during sleep, during fasting, during rest. It's the cellular cleaning process. Old proteins get broken down, misfolded ones removed, organelles recycled. The cell becomes cleaner, more efficient, younger. This is why rest matters, why sleep heals. Your body uses this quiet time to clean house, to remove debris, to prepare for tomorrow's demands. mTOR signaling, the master growth regulator, must be balanced. Too much mTOR, constant activation, and autophagy stops. Debris accumulates, aging accelerates. Too little mTOR, and protein synthesis stops. Muscles shrink, weakness develops. The balance comes from cycling, periods of eating, of amino acids flooding in. mTOR activates, proteins get built, muscles grow. Then periods of fasting, of low amino acids. mTOR quiets, autophagy begins, cleaning happens. Your legs benefit from both. From myofibrilla protein synthesis building new contractile proteins, new muscle fibers, and from autophagy removing old damaged proteins, keeping everything fresh, functional, strong. Barley, that ancient grain, contains beta-glucans, soluble fibers that feed beneficial gut bacteria, improve glucose control, reduce cholesterol. Your gut bacteria ferment these fibers, produce those short-chain fatty acids again, butyrate especially, which improves insulin sensitivity in your leg muscles, helps them use glucose efficiently, keeps them metabolically healthy. Whole grain sourdough, fermented bread, provides prebiotic fiber while being more digestible than regular bread. The fermentation process breaks down phytic acid, makes minerals more bioavailable. Your gut microbiome thrives, diversity increases, and that gut-muscle axis, that invisible communication line, functions better. Your legs receive better signals, better support. Your legs are becoming heavier now, sinking into the bed, each word pulling you deeper, each breath slower, softer. This science continues, flowing, like blood through vessels, like signals through nerves, but you're drifting, floating on this river of information. It all happened without effort, without trying. Your body knows, it remembers how to heal itself. Mushrooms, those strange organisms, neither plant nor animal, contain beta-glucans, complex sugars that train your immune system. They bind to receptors on immune cells, priming them, making them more responsive, more alert. Your natural killer cells, those patrolling guardians in your leg tissue, become more efficient, better at identifying threats, better at eliminating damaged cells before they become problems. Shiitake, reishi, meitake. Each variety offers different beta-glucan structures, different immune benefits. Together, they create comprehensive support, like a full orchestra rather than a single instrument. Your immune system becomes more balanced, more responsive. Inflammation decreases, healing accelerates. All from fungi, from mushrooms quietly working in your physiology. And there's a glutathione, an amino acid that mushrooms accumulate from soil. Humans cannot make it. We must obtain it from food, primarily from mushrooms. Glutathione concentrates in tissues under oxidative stress, in mitochondria especially, where it protects against free radical damage, extends cellular lifespan, preserves function. It's been called a longevity vitamin, accumulating in your cells, in your leg muscles, in your bone marrow, protecting, preserving, extending the years of healthy function. Selenium, that trace mineral, found concentrated in Brazil nuts, just 2 or 3 nuts providing your entire daily need. Selenium is incorporated into selenoproteins, enzymes that fight oxidative stress, that regulate thyroid function, that support immune response in your legs. Selenium-containing enzymes protect muscle cells during exercise, during recovery, preventing excessive damage, promoting efficient repair. But too much selenium is toxic. The dose makes the poison, so just a few Brazil nuts, not the whole bag, not every day. A delicate balance, like so many things in biology, in health, in life. Zinc, another mineral, essential for wound healing. When you get a cut on your leg, a scrape, a burn, zinc-dependent enzymes rush to the site. They promote cell migration, collagen synthesis, tissue remodeling. Without adequate zinc, wounds heal slowly, infection risk increases. But with sufficient zinc, from oysters, from pumpkin seeds, from legumes, healing proceeds swiftly, smoothly, completely. Magnesium, the calming mineral, participates in over 300 enzymatic reactions. In your muscles, magnesium allows fibers to relax after contraction. Without it, cramps occur. Charley horses in your calves, those painful spasms in the night. Magnesium from leafy greens, from nuts, from whole grains, drifts through your blood, enters muscle cells, binds to proteins, allows release, allows rest, allows the tension to melt away. Right now, as you lie here, magnesium is helping your leg muscles soften, release, let go. Each breath bringing more relaxation, more ease, more comfort. Your calves releasing, your thighs heavy, your feet completely still. Potassium, another essential mineral, works in concert with sodium. The sodium-potassium pump, that molecular machine in every cell membrane. 3 sodium ions out, 2 potassium ions in, over and over, millions of times per second. This creates the electrical potential, the charge difference that allows nerves to fire, muscles to contract, life to function. The balance matters enormously. Too much sodium and water retention occurs, blood pressure rises, vessels strain. Too much potassium and heart rhythm becomes irregular, dangerous. But the right balance, from fruits, vegetables, legumes, keeps everything humming, flowing, working perfectly. Your fluid balance depends on this. The The water in your legs, in the interstitial spaces between cells, in the blood vessels, in the lymphatic system, all regulated by this sodium-potassium balance, by osmotic gradients, by invisible forces moving water molecules exactly where they need to be. The lymphatic system, that parallel circulatory system, often forgotten. It has no heart, no pump. It relies on muscle movement, on the squeezing action of your leg muscles contracting, pushing lymph upward against gravity, toward your torso, toward the thoracic duct where it drains back into blood circulation. This lymphatic drainage carries away excess fluid, cellular debris, proteins that leaked from capillaries. Even immune cells travel through lymph, patrolling, searching for antigens, for threats. Your legs, when you move them, when you walk, act as a pump, squeezing lymph vessels, pushing fluid upward, keeping everything draining properly, preventing swelling, preventing edema. At night, when you're still, lymphatic flow slows. But there's another system, the glymphatic system, discovered only recently. It clears waste from the brain during sleep, but similar mechanisms exist throughout the body. In deep sleep, when you're profoundly relaxed like this, interstitial fluid flow increases, washing through tissue, carrying away metabolic waste, clearing debris, preparing your legs for tomorrow's movement. Flavonoids from citrus peels, hesperidin especially from orange peel, grapefruit peel, those bitter white layers you usually discard. They strengthen venous walls, improve venous tone, help blood return from your legs to your heart, fighting gravity, fighting pooling. Diosmin, often paired with hesperidin, provides additional venous support. Together they reduce venous insufficiency, that condition where blood pools in leg veins, where valves don't close properly, where varicose veins develop. These compounds strengthen vessel walls, reduce permeability, improve valve function, keep blood moving upward, keep circulation healthy. Horse chestnut extract from the seeds of that large tree contains eosin, another compound that strengthens vein walls, reduces fluid leakage into surrounding tissue. Traditional medicine used it for centuries, and modern science confirms it works. Eosin reduces swelling, reduces heaviness, reduces the aching that comes from poor venous return. Gotu kola, that creeping plant from wetlands, strengthens connective tissue throughout the body, including the connective tissue supporting your veins, the metric surrounding your muscle fibers, the fascia wrapping muscle groups. It promotes collagen synthesis, improves tissue integrity, helps maintain structure, support, strength. Butcher's broom, another traditional herb, causes veins to contract, to tighten, improving tone, improving return. The active compounds, ruscogenins, bind to receptors on vein smooth muscle, triggering contraction. The veins become more efficient pumps, more effective at returning blood to the heart. All these compounds working together, synergizing, creating comprehensive circulatory support. Your legs benefit from multiple pathways, multiple mechanisms, a redundancy that evolution built in, that nature provides through diverse foods, through the grand bouquet of bioactives available when you eat variety, when you eat colour, when you eat plants. Beetroot juice, deep purple red, loaded with nitrates, has been shown to improve stamina, to extend time to exhaustion during exercise. The nitrates convert to nitric oxide, dilating vessels, improving oxygen delivery to working muscles. Your legs can work longer, harder, with less fatigue, all from a root vegetable, from the earth, from soil and sun and water. Chlorophyll, that green pigment, structurally similar to hemoglobin. The oxygen-carrying protein in your red blood cells, just one atom different, magnesium at the center instead of iron. Some believe chlorophyll supports blood health, helps build healthy red blood cells, improves oxygen transport, whether through direct effect or through the nutrients that accompany chlorophyll. Leafy greens support the blood, support oxygen delivery, support the constant feeding of your leg tissues. Iron from spinach, from red meat, from lentils, incorporates into hemoglobin, into myoglobin. That protein in muscle cells, myoglobin, holds oxygen inside the muscle fiber, creates a reserve, so when demand suddenly spikes, when you sprint, when you climb stairs quickly, oxygen is immediately available. No waiting for blood to deliver it. Myoglobin releases its oxygen, fueling the burst of activity. Myoglobin density varies between muscle fiber types. Your legs contain both. Type I fibers, slow twitch, oxidative, loaded with myoglobin, dark red meat. These fibers use oxygen efficiently, contract slowly but can maintain contraction for hours. They're the marathon runners, the endurance specialists. They power your standing, your walking, your sustained activities. Type 2 fibers, fast twitch, glycolytic, less myoglobin, lighter in color. These contract powerfully but fatigue quickly. They're the sprinters, the power generators. They fire when you jump, when you push off, when you need explosive force. But they tire fast, switching to anaerobic metabolism, accumulating lactate, needing rest. The ratio varies between people. Endurance athletes develop more type Y, power athletes more type 2, but both types are present. Both types can be trained, can adapt, can improve. Fast twitch muscle regeneration happens after high intensity work. Satellite cells activating, fusing, building new fibers, increasing strength, increasing power. Slow twitch oxidative capacity increases with endurance training. More mitochondria develop, more capillaries grow, more myoglobin accumulates. The muscle becomes better at using oxygen, better at burning fat, better at sustaining effort, all from consistent movement, from regular use, from asking your legs to work and letting them adapt. Apigenin, found in parsley, in chamomile, in celery, has anti-anxiety effects. It binds to GABA receptors. those calming neurotransmitter receptors in your brain, promoting relaxation, reducing tension. But it also reduces inflammation, protects neurons, supports healthy aging, a compound that calms your mind while protecting your body. Kaempferol, abundant in kale, in spinach, in broccoli, provides antioxidant protection. It also appears to have anti-cancer properties, preventing the initiation of tumors, supporting the elimination of damaged cells throughout your legs, your tissue, your skin, your blood vessels. Kaempferol patrols, protects, prevents. Lutein, known for eye health, also acts as a systemic antioxidant. It accumulates in tissues throughout your body, including your leg muscles, providing protection against oxidative stress, against inflammation, against damage from normal metabolism. Lutein and its partner, zeaxanthin, both carotenoids, both yellow pigments, both protective, work together, synergize, create comprehensive antioxidant defense. Zeaxanthin, from corn, from orange peppers, from egg yolks, concentrates in the macula of your eye, but also distributes throughout the body. It quenches singlet oxygen, that reactive species generated by light, by metabolism, preventing it from damaging cell membranes, from oxidizing proteins, from mutating DNA. Astaxanthin, that pink pigment in salmon, in krill, in shrimp, is perhaps the most powerful antioxidant carotenoid. It spans cell membranes, protecting both the inner and outer surfaces. It reduces exercise-induced oxidative stress, improves endurance, reduces muscle damage. Athletes using astaxanthin show improved performance, faster recovery, less soreness. The compound accumulates in muscle tissue, in mitochondria, protecting during intense activity, allowing harder training, faster adaptation. Tart cherry juice, dark and sour, contains high levels of anthocyanins and melatonin. Both compounds reduce inflammation, speed recovery after exercise. The studies show reduced muscle soreness, improved strength recovery, better sleep quality. People drinking tart cherry juice before bed sleep longer, sleep deeper, wake more refreshed. The melatonin content probably contributes, that hormone of darkness, that signal of night. Melatonin, produced by your pineal gland when light fades, when darkness comes, signals every cell in your body that it's time to rest, time to repair. Melatonin receptors exist throughout your body, including in muscle cells. When melatonin binds, genes involved in repair activate, protein synthesis increases, growth hormone release increases, your legs, your muscles, your bones, they all repair better during deep sleep, during darkness, when melatonin levels are high. Sleep's role in leg regeneration cannot be overstated. During deep sleep, stage 3, slow wave sleep, growth hormone pulses from your pituitary. It travels through blood to your legs, to your muscles, signaling growth, repair, strengthening. Satellite cells activate, divide, fuse with existing fibers, making them larger, stronger. more resilient. Protein synthesis peaks during sleep. The amino acids from your last meal still circulating, being taken up by muscle cells, being assembled into new proteins, new actin, new myosin, new structural elements, rebuilding what was broken down during the day, adding a little more, a little extra, so you wake stronger than when you slept. This is why sleep deprivation impairs recovery, impairs athletic performance, impairs muscle growth without adequate sleep. Without those growth hormone pulses, without extended time in repair mode, your legs cannot fully recover, cannot fully adapt, cannot become stronger. But here, now, as you drift deeper, as your brain waves slow, as you approach that threshold between waking and sleep, your body begins its nightly work. Hormones shift, cortisol drops, growth hormone rises, melatonin floods your system, and healing begins. Hydration plays a role too. The water content of your interstitial fluid, that liquid between cells, affects nutrient delivery, waste removal, cellular communication. When adequately hydrated, your blood flows easily, your lymph drains efficiently, your cells receive what they need. When dehydrated, everything becomes more difficult, more viscous, slower. Hyaluronic acid, that molecule holding water in your joints, in your skin, in your connective tissue, it can bind 1,000 times its weight in water, creating cushioning, creating glide. Your knee joint, that complex hinge, contains hyaluronic acid in the synovial fluid, providing lubrication, reducing friction, allowing smooth movement. As you age, hyaluronic acid decreases, joints become stiffer, less comfortable. But maintaining hydration, consuming bone broth, eating foods rich in precursors, helps maintain levels. Chondroitin, those long sugar chains in cartilage, work alongside hyaluronic acid. They provide structure, resist compression, maintain space. The cartilage in your knees, your ankles, your hips is constantly being remodeled, broken down and rebuilt. Chondroitin provides the building blocks, the substrate for that constant renewal. Sulforaphane appears again, activating the NRF2 pathway, that master regulator of antioxidant defense. When NRF2 activates, hundreds of genes turn on simultaneously, producing enzymes, proteins, antioxidants, all working together to protect cells, to neutralize threats, to maintain health. This pathway declines with age, becomes less responsive. But sulforaphane from broccoli sprouts, from cruciferous vegetables, reactivates it, restores function, brings back youthful defense capacity. Glucoraphanin, the precursor to sulforaphane, exists in broccoli. When you chew, when cell walls break, an enzyme called myrosinase converts glucoraphanin into sulforaphane. That's why raw or lightly steamed cruciferous vegetables are best. Too much heat destroys myrosinase, prevents conversion, reduces benefit. Isothiocyanates, the broader family that includes sulforaphane, all share this protective quality. They all activate NRF2. They all provide cellular defense. Eating a variety of cruciferous vegetables, broccoli, kale, cabbage, Brussels sprouts, bok choy, provides a spectrum of isothiocyanates, comprehensive protection, full coverage. Your gut microbiome, that ecosystem in your intestines, thrives on probiotic diversity. Different bacterial strains, different species, each with unique functions. Some produce vitamins, B12, K2, folate, synthesizing these essential nutrients from fiber, from food components you can't digest. Others produce those short-chain fatty acids, butyrate, propionate, acetate, feeding your intestinal cells, reducing inflammation, improving metabolic health. The more diverse your microbiome, the more stable, the more resilient, the healthier you are. Diversity comes from eating diverse foods, different fibers, different polyphenols, different resistant starches. Each food type feeds different bacteria, encourages different populations, builds a rich ecosystem. Prebiotic fiber types vary. Inulin from chicory, from Jerusalem artichokes, ephos from onions, from garlic, beta-glucan from oats, from barley, pectin from apples, from citrus. Each type feeds different bacterial species, encourages different populations. So eating many fiber types from many plant sources creates the most diverse, most healthy microbiome. Resistant starch, that special carbohydrate, passes through your small intestine undigested, reaching your colon intact, where bacteria ferment it enthusiastically. Green bananas, cooked and cooled potatoes, cooked and cooled rice, all contain resistant starch. It's one of the best substrates for butyrate production, and butyrate is incredibly important. It feeds your colon cells, reduces inflammation, improves insulin sensitivity, strengthens your gut barrier. A strong gut barrier matters because when it weakens, when tight junctions loosen, bacterial components can leak into your bloodstream, triggering systemic inflammation, affecting tissue throughout your body, including your leg muscles, your joints, your vessels. A strong barrier, maintained by butyrate, by adequate nutrition, keeps inflammation low, keeps your legs healthy, keeps everything working smoothly. Polyphenol-rich chestnuts, those starchy nuts, provide yet another type of fiber, another set of bioactive compounds. They're lower in fat than other nuts, higher in carbohydrates, unique in their nutrient profile. The polyphenols feed specific gut bacteria, encourage beneficial populations, add to diversity. Hazelnuts, rich in proanthocyanidins, those condensed tannins, provide cardiovascular protection, improve lipid profiles, reduce oxidation of LDL cholesterol, preventing it from becoming atherogenic, from depositing in vessel walls. Your femoral artery, your tibial artery, stay cleaner, clearer, more open when you regularly consume nuts, when those protective polyphenols circulate. Pistachios, those green nuts, contain lutein and zeaxanthin, antioxidants we mentioned before. They also provide healthy fats, fiber, protein, Phytosterols. Those plant sterols compete with cholesterol for absorption. Less cholesterol absorbed means lower blood cholesterol, lower risk of arterial plaque, better circulation to your legs. Pumpkin seeds, dark green, slightly oily, provide zinc, magnesium, iron, and phytosterols. These plant compounds have a structure similar to cholesterol. When you eat them, they occupy absorption sites in your intestine, blocking actual cholesterol from being absorbed. It's excreted instead. Your blood cholesterol drops, your arteries stay cleaner, and the zinc, the magnesium, provide additional benefits: wound healing, muscle relaxation, comprehensive support. Soy isoflavones from soybeans, tofu, tempeh, miso. These compounds have a structure similar to estrogen. They can bind to estrogen receptors, providing mild estrogenic effects. In blood vessels, this appears to improve circulation, enhance vasodilation, maintain vessel health. Genistein, one of the main isoflavones, promotes angiogenesis, that creation of new blood vessels we discussed earlier. More vessels in your muscles means better oxygen delivery, better nutrient supply, better performance. Daidzein, another soy isoflavone, gets converted by gut bacteria into Equal, a metabolite with even stronger effects. Not everyone can make this conversion. It depends on having the right bacterial species, but those who can show greater benefits: better cardiovascular health, better bone density, reduced inflammation. Another example of the gut-muscle axis, of bacteria influencing physiology throughout your body. Sea bass, that lean white fish, provides high-quality protein, all essential amino acids in proper ratios. Your muscles use these amino acids to build new tissue, to repair damage, to grow stronger. The protein from fish is highly bioavailable, easily digested, efficiently utilized. Your body wastes little, uses most, building, repairing, strengthening. Salmon, pink or red depending on diet, contains astaxanthin from eating krill. That protective carotenoid accumulates in the flesh, giving it color. When you eat salmon, you get both high-quality protein and powerful antioxidants. The omega-3 fats, EPA and DHA, reduce inflammation, improve membrane fluidity, support brain health, cardiovascular health, muscle health. Comprehensive benefits from one food. Oysters, those briny mollusks, are extremely rich in zinc. One oyster can provide your entire daily need. Zinc for wound healing, for immune function, for protein synthesis, for testosterone production, all from these strange sea creatures, filter feeders, concentrating minerals from seawater into their flesh. Squid ink, that black liquid released as defense, contains unique polysaccharides, amino acids, melanin. It's been shown to have immune-supporting properties, antimicrobial effects. Some traditional medicines value it highly. Modern research begins to understand why. The compounds modulate immune response, support healthy inflammation, protect against infection. Seaweed, those marine vegetables, provide minerals you won't find abundantly elsewhere. Iodine for thyroid function. Fucoidan, a complex sulfated polysaccharide unique to brown seaweeds, has anti-inflammatory properties, immune-modulating effects, potential anti-tumor activity. It's been studied for decades in Asia, slowly gaining recognition in the West. Wakame, that silky seaweed in miso soup, supports metabolism. The fucoxanthin it contains, a carotenoid, appears to promote fat burning, to increase metabolic rate, to improve insulin sensitivity. Your leg muscles, when metabolically healthy, burn fat efficiently, use glucose properly, maintain strength with age. Nori, those crisp sheets wrapping sushi, provides vitamin B12, rare in plant foods, essential for nerve function, for red blood cell production, for DNA synthesis. People eating little animal food need B12 from somewhere. Nori provides a plant-based source. The nerves in your legs, those long axons running down from your spine, need B12 to maintain their myelin sheaths, their insulation. Without it, neuropathy can develop, numbness, tingling, weakness. But with adequate B12, from fish, from seafood, from nori, nerves stay healthy, signals transmit clearly, strength maintains. Buckwheat, despite its name, not actually wheat, not even a grain. It's the seed of a plant related to rhubarb. It contains rutin, a flavonoid that strengthens capillaries, reduces fragility, prevents easy bruising. Your capillaries in your legs, thousands of them, stay strong, stay intact, resist damage. Quinoa, that ancient seed, provides all 9 essential amino acids, a complete protein from a plant source. Your muscles can use quinoa protein as efficiently as animal protein, building tissue, repairing damage, maintaining mass. Plus, quinoa provides fiber, minerals, polyphenols, comprehensive nutrition from one food. The synergy, the grand bouquet of bioactives, matters more than any single compound. Your body evolved eating diverse foods, hundreds of different plants, dozens of different animals, a mix of compounds working together, amplifying effects, covering multiple pathways, providing redundancy. When you eat a variety, when you consume the rainbow, when you include many different foods, you provide your body with this comprehensive support. This is why no supplement can replace food, why whole foods matter, why diversity is key. Your eyelids are so heavy now, your legs completely still, relaxed, every muscle fiber releasing, softening. The healing continues even as you drift. The compounds we've discussed, they're working, flowing through your blood, reaching your tissues, whispering instructions to cells. Tell them to grow, to strengthen, to repair, to endure. And we continue, floating on this river of knowledge, this stream of science, carrying you towards sleep, toward rest, toward the deep repair that happens in darkness. Let the information wash over you, through you. You don't need to remember it all. Just let it drift. Let it flow. Your body knows, it remembers how to use these nutrients, how to heal itself, the circulation in your legs, That endless loop, heartbeat to arteries to capillaries to veins to heart, continues, steady, rhythmic, nourishing every cell, removing every waste product. The lymph drains slowly upward. The interstitial fluid bathes each cell. Oxygen diffuses, carbon dioxide departs, glucose enters, lactate exits, everything flowing, everything balanced, everything working in the quiet darkness of your body's interior. Your mitochondria continue producing ATP, that cellular energy currency, burning oxygen, burning glucose, burning fatty acids, generating the power that fuels every cellular process, every protein being built, every damaged organelle being removed, every signal being sent, all powered by food, by the nutrients you've consumed, by the compounds we've discussed, and still we drift, still we float through the endless science of regeneration, of longevity, of health. Each word softer than the last, each sentence pulling you deeper into rest, deeper into sleep, deeper into that healing state where your body does its best work. Let yourself go completely now. Surrender to the weight, to the warmth, to the darkness. Your legs, these magnificent structure, will continue their work without your attention, will continue healing, strengthening, regenerating, while you sleep, while you dream, while you rest, in perfect, deep, regenerative sleep. The tissues of your legs exist in layers, like strata of rock, each with its own architecture, its own function, its own needs. The skin, that outermost barrier, shields everything beneath, constantly renewing, shedding dead cells, creating new ones, a complete turnover every few weeks, new skin, new protection, constant regeneration. Beneath that, fascia, that silvery connective tissue wrapping muscle groups, separating them, yet connecting them. It's a web, a network, transmitting force, distributing tension. When you stretch, fascia lengthens, adapts, becomes more pliable. More supple fascia means better movement, less restriction, more freedom in how your legs can move through space. The blood vessels run through this fascia, branching, subdividing, reaching every region, every layer. Arteries pulse with each heartbeat, expanding slightly, then recoiling. That elasticity in their walls allows them to smooth out the pulsatile flow from your heart, converting it to steady flow by the time blood reaches capillaries. Capillaries need steady flow, gentle perfusion, not pulsing, not surging. The artery walls absorb the shock, spread it out, create consistency. Veins have a different challenge. They must return blood upward against gravity, from your feet, your calves, your thighs, back to your heart. They cannot generate pressure themselves. They rely on muscle contraction, on valves, on the gentle squeeze of surrounding tissue. Each time your calf muscles contract, veins compress, blood squeezes upward, valves prevent backflow, maintain direction, ensure blood moves only toward your heart, not pooling, not stagnating, When you're still for long period, when you sit for hours, when you lie down to sleep, venous return slows. This is why movement matters, why walking helps, why flexing your ankles in bed can reduce the risk of clots, can improve circulation, can keep everything flowing properly. But now, as you rest, as you sleep, your body finds its rhythm, pressure equalizes, and the slow, steady flow continues. Adequate, sufficient, healthy. Your bones, beneath all this soft tissue, are not inert, not dead, not unchanging. They are living organs constantly remodeling, osteoclasts, specialized cells, dissolve old bone, creating tiny cavities. Then osteoblasts, the builders, fill these cavities with new bone matrix, depositing minerals, creating fresh, strong tissue. This process continues throughout life, replacing your entire skeleton every 7 to 10 years. You literally have new bones, new structure, new strength. If you provide the right nutrients, the right signals, weight-bearing exercise, walking, running, jumping, sends signals to bones. Mechanical stress activates osteoblasts, tells them to build more bone, to strengthen, to adapt. The femur, your thigh bone, the longest bone in your body, responds to load, becomes denser where stress is greatest, becomes optimally structured for the forces you regularly apply. This is Wolff's law. Bones adapt to the loads placed upon them, but they need materials, calcium obviously, but also vitamin D to absorb it, vitamin K2 to direct it to bones rather than soft tissues, magnesium to incorporate into the bone matrix, boron, silicon, strontium, trace minerals that strengthen bone, that improve density, that reduce fracture risk, all from food, from a varied diet, from plants and animals and minerals dissolved in water. The marrow inside your bones, especially your femur, your pelvis, produces blood cells constantly. Red blood cells live only about 4 months. Then they wear out, rupture, get cleared by your spleen. New ones must constantly be made. Your bone marrow produces millions every second from stem cells, from the mesenchymal stem cells we discussed earlier. They differentiate, mature, enter circulation, carry oxygen, remove carbon dioxide, sustain life. White blood cells also come from marrow, neutrophils, lymphocytes, monocytes, each type with specific functions, specific roles in immunity, in surveillance, in defense. Your bone marrow is a factory working constantly, producing the cells that patrol your body, that protect you, that maintain health, and it responds to signals, to cytokines, to hormones, ramping up production when needed, scaling back during quiet times, always adapting, always responsive. The temperature of your legs changes throughout the day, warmest during activity, when muscles contract, when metabolism increases, when blood flow surges bringing warmth from your core, coolest at night, when metabolism slows, when blood flow decreases, when your core temperature drops to facilitate sleep. This temperature fluctuation is normal, healthy, part of circadian rhythm, brown adipose tissue, those heat-generating fat cells, respond to cold. When temperature drops, when you feel chilly, brown fat activates, begins burning fuel rapidly, generating heat but not ATP. The energy becomes warmth, raising temperature, keeping you comfortable. Babies have lots of brown fat, adults less, but it can be recruited, can be increased through regular cold exposure, through exercise, through compounds like irisin that promote browning of white fat. The veins near the surface of your legs, those bluish lines visible under skin, can dilate when you're hot, bringing warm blood close to the surface where heat radiates away, or constrict when you're cold, shunting blood deeper, conserving warmth. This thermoregulation happens automatically, unconsciously, managed by your autonomic nervous system, responding to temperature sensors in skin, in your core, adjusting constantly, maintaining that narrow range where enzymes work best, where cells function optimally. Each hair follicle on your legs has a tiny muscle attached, the erector pili. When you're cold, when you're frightened, these muscles contract, pulling hairs upright, creating goosebumps. In our furry ancestors, this trapped air provided insulation. In modern humans with sparse leg hair, it does little, but the reflex remains ancient, vestigial, a reminder of evolution. The nerves in your legs, both sensory and motor, are extensions of your spinal cord, long axons reaching down, branching, innervating every muscle fiber, every patch of skin, every blood vessel. Motor neurons carry commands from your brain. Contract this muscle, relax that one, step forward, maintain balance. Sensory neurons carry information back. Pressure on the sole, temperature on the shin, pain from a cut, proprioception from joint angles. All this information flows constantly, even now as you rest, even as you drift towards sleep. The sensitivity of different regions varies enormously. Your feet have dense nerve endings, can detect subtle changes in texture, in pressure, in temperature. This helps with balance, with walking on uneven ground, with detecting dangers underfoot. Your thighs have fewer sensory neurons, less sensitivity. They don't need the same detail, the same precision. Different regions, different functions, different innervation density. Pain receptors, nociceptors, exist everywhere, in skin, in muscle, in bone, in vessels. They detect damage, inflammation, excessive pressure, sending urgent signals to your spinal cord, to your brain. Pain is protective. It makes you withdraw from harm, makes you rest injured tissue, makes you seek help. But chronic pain, that persistent aching, serves no purpose. It becomes the problem itself, reducing inflammation, supporting tissue health, maintaining good circulation. All help prevent chronic pain, help keep your legs comfortable, functional, strong. The joint capsules, those fibrous sacs surrounding your knee, your ankle, your hip, contain nerve endings sensitive to stretch, to pressure, to movement. They contribute to proprioception, that sense of where your body is in space. Close your eyes and you still know your knee is bent, your ankle is flexed. This awareness comes partly from these joint receptors, signaling constantly, updating your brain, maintaining that internal map of your body's position. Tendons, those tough cords connecting muscle to bone, also contain sensors, Golgi tendon organs that detect tension. When tension becomes too great, when a muscle contracts too forcefully, these organs signal the muscle to relax, protecting tendons from tearing, preventing injury. This reflex operates below consciousness, faster than thought, automatic protection built into the system. Your muscles themselves contain stretch receptors, muscle spindles, intrafusal fibers wrapped with sensory nerves. They detect how stretched the muscle is, how fast it's lengthening. When a muscle stretches suddenly, the spindle triggers a reflex contraction. The stretch reflex, protecting against overstretching, against injury. Tap your patella tendon just below the kneecap, and your quadriceps contracts involuntarily. Knee jerks forward. That's the stretch reflex, the spindle detecting sudden stretch, triggering protective contraction. All these sensory systems, all these reflexes, operate constantly, managing your posture, your balance, your movement without conscious effort. You can walk, run, climb stairs, while thinking about completely different things. The control is automatic, learned through years of practice, encoded in spinal circuits, in cerebellar patterns, in basal ganglia programs. Your conscious mind sets the goal. Walk to the kitchen, and the unconscious motor systems execute the details. Coordinate the hundreds of muscles, adjust for perturbations, maintain balance, achieve the goal during sleep, during this deep rest. These motor systems quiet. Muscle tone decreases dramatically during REM sleep, preventing you from acting out dreams. Your legs lie still, paralyzed temporarily, safely immobile while your mind wanders through imaginary landscapes. This is healthy, normal, protective. Morning comes and tone returns. Movement becomes possible again. You rise, stand, walk, and the whole beautiful system activates once more. The metabolic state of your leg muscles changes throughout the day. After meals, insulin rises, glucose floods in, muscles take it up, convert some to glycogen for storage, burn some immediately for energy. Between meals, insulin drops, glucagon rises, stored glycogen breaks down, releasing glucose into blood, maintaining supply. Fat oxidation increases, muscles switch to burning lipids, preserving glucose for brain, for red blood cells, for other tissues that need it more. During exercise, during activity, energy demand skyrockets. Muscles burn through glycogen rapidly, begin oxidizing fat more intensely. If activity is very intense, exceed oxygen delivery, they switch partially to anaerobic metabolism, fermenting glucose to lactate, generating ATP quickly but inefficiently. Lactate accumulates, fats. Blood becomes more acidic. You feel the burn, the fatigue. You must slow down, catch your breath, clear the lactate, restore pH balance. But lactate isn't just waste, it's fuel. Other muscles, less active ones, can take up lactate, convert it back to glucose or burn it directly. Your heart muscle loves lactate, uses it preferentially. Even your brain can use it under certain conditions. So lactate produced in your legs during exercise, some gets cleared locally, some travels to other tissues, gets consumed, gets recycled. Nothing is wasted. Everything is used. The metabolic flexibility, the ability to switch between fuel sources, between glucose and fat, is a marker of health. Metabolically flexible muscles can use whatever fuel is available, can adapt to fasting, to feasting, to rest, to intense activity. Metabolic inflexibility, common in insulin resistance, in metabolic syndrome, means muscles burn primarily glucose, struggle to oxidize fat. This leads to problems, to fat accumulation, to dysfunction. But improving metabolic health through diet, through exercise, through the compounds we've discussed, restores flexibility, restores adaptability, restores youth. The extracellular matrix, that scaffold between cells, consists of proteins and sugars woven into a supportive network. Collagen, elastin, proteoglycans, glycosaminoglycans, all secreted by cells, assembled outside, creating structure, providing strength, allowing stretch, enabling recovery. This matrix isn't permanent, it's constantly being remodeled. Enzymes called matrix metalloproteinases break down old matrix. Cells produce new components. The tissue adapts, changes, responds to mechanical stress, to injury, to aging. Aging itself, that gradual accumulation of changes, affects your legs in predictable ways. Muscle mass decreases, sarcopenia, starting around age 30 and accelerating after 50. Bone density decreases, osteopenia, then osteoporosis if severe. Cartilage thins, joints become less cushioned, tendons become less elastic, more prone to injury. Blood vessels stiffen, lose compliance. Blood pressure tends to rise. Skin thins, becomes more fragile, heals more slowly. But none of this is inevitable, not completely. The rate varies enormously between individuals. Some 80-year-olds have legs stronger than some 50-year-olds. The difference: lifestyle, genetics, luck, but mostly lifestyle, movement, loading, challenging the system, tells it to maintain, to adapt, to stay strong. Nutrition, providing the building blocks, the signaling molecules, the protective compounds, supports maintenance, supports repair, supports longevity. The bioactive compounds we've discussed, the polyphenols, the carotenoids, the omega-3s, the vitamins, the minerals, they all work together, synergistically, creating comprehensive support. This is the grand bouquet, the full spectrum of plant and animal compounds working in concert. No single nutrient does everything, but together, combined, They cover all the bases. They reduce oxidation, support inflammation resolution, enhance autophagy, promote mitochondrial health, strengthen connective tissue, improve circulation, modulate immunity, protect DNA, everything comprehensively. When you eat variety, when you eat whole foods, when you eat the rainbow, modern diets, processed foods, refined grains, added sugars, seed oils, they lack this bouquet. They provide calories, yes, energy, yes, but not the full complement of compounds that support health, that slow aging, that maintain function. People eating these diets age faster, develop chronic diseases earlier, lose function sooner, not because they're eating too much, though that's part of it, but because they're eating too little of what matters, too little of the compounds that whisper to genes, that protect cells, that maintain youth. But changing diet, adding back the missing pieces, the vegetables, the fruits, the nuts, the fish, the fermented foods, begins reversing the damage. Inflammation decreases within weeks. Insulin sensitivity improves within months. Muscle mass can increase at any age with proper stimulus. Bone density can improve with loading and nutrition. It's never too late, never hopeless. The body wants to heal, wants to be strong, wants to function well. Give it what it needs, and it responds, adapts, improves, even late in life. Your legs, these complex structures, respond to every choice you make, every meal, every movement, every hour of sleep, every moment of stress or calm. All of it impacts the tissues, the cells, the molecules, the genes. Everything is connected. Everything matters. Small choices accumulate, day after day, week after week, year after year, building either health or disease, strength or frailty, vitality or decline. But you don't need to be perfect, don't need to optimize everything. Just consistent, just mostly good choices, mostly movement, mostly good food, mostly adequate sleep. The body is forgiving, resilient, adaptable. It can handle occasional stress, occasional poor choices, occasional indulgence. What matters is the pattern, the trend, the general direction. Are you supporting health or undermining it? Most days, most meals, most nights. And tonight, this night, you are supporting health. You are resting deeply, allowing repair, allowing regeneration. Your legs, relaxed, still, heavy, are doing their nightly work. Cells dividing, proteins synthesizing, mitochondria replicating, autophagy clearing debris, immune cells patrolling. Everything happening automatically, without your effort, without your thought. Just rest, just breathe, just allow the darkness around you, the quietness, the stillness. These are healing, restorative, essential. Your nervous system shifts from sympathetic to parasympathetic, from fight or flight to rest and digest, from stress to recovery. Heart rate slows, blood pressure drops, digestion increases, repair accelerates. This is why sleep matters, why rest is not laziness but necessity. The body does different work at night, essential work that cannot happen during waking hours. Your growth hormone levels, highest during deep sleep, peak in waves, pulsing through your bloodstream, reaching muscle cells in your legs, binding to receptors, activating signaling cascades, turning on genes for growth, for repair, for adaptation. Protein synthesis accelerates, muscle fibers thicken, become stronger, denser, more resilient. All while you sleep, all while you dream, all while you rest in perfect stillness. Testosterone, in both men and women, though higher in men, also peaks during sleep. It supports muscle maintenance, bone density, innate drive, mood, energy. Sleep deprivation causes testosterone to drop, but adequate sleep, consistent sleep, quality sleep like you're experiencing now, maintains healthy levels, supports vitality, supports strength, supports health. Cortisol, that stress hormone, drops to its lowest levels around midnight, staying low through the early morning hours. This allows growth and repair to proceed unimpeded. But if sleep is disrupted, if stress is chronic, cortisol stays elevated, growth slows, repair slows, inflammation increases, fat accumulates, especially around the abdomen, muscle breaks down faster than it builds, strength declines. But here, now, with cortisol low, with stress absent, with sleep deepening, your body builds, repairs, strengthens as it should. Melatonin continues circulating, that hormone of darkness. It doesn't just promote sleep, it acts as an antioxidant, particularly in mitochondria, protecting them from reactive oxygen species, from free radicals generated during energy production. It also modulates immune function, enhances some responses, dampens others, creating balance, maintaining health, and it's produced naturally. When darkness comes, when artificial light dims, when you allow your body its natural rhythm, the circadian clock, that internal timekeeper, exists in every cell, including those in your legs. These cellular clocks coordinate with the master clock in your brain, synchronizing metabolism, coordinating repair, timing everything. When you keep regular sleep schedules, when you expose yourself to light during day and darkness at night, these clocks stay synchronized. Everything runs smoothly. But when schedules are chaotic, when light comes at the wrong times, clocks desynchronize, metabolic health declines, disease risk increases. Simple consistency, regular patterns, supports the clocks, supports health, supports your legs' ability to maintain strength and function. As you drift deeper, as consciousness fades, as the boundary between waking and sleeping dissolves, your brain waves slow. Alpha waves give way to theta, then delta. Slow oscillations sweeping across your cortex. These slow waves coordinate the transfer of information from hippocampus to cortex, consolidating memories, integrating experiences. and they trigger the clearance mechanisms, the glymphatic flow we mentioned earlier, washing through tissue, carrying away waste, clearing beta amyloid, clearing tau, preventing accumulation, maintaining brain health. But similar mechanisms exist throughout your body, in your muscles, in your organs, everywhere. Waste products accumulate during waking hours, during activity, during metabolism, and during deep sleep, during stillness, during rest. These wastes clear, drain away, leave the tissue clean, fresh, ready for tomorrow. Your breath, slow, deep, rhythmic, continues without thought. The diaphragm contracts, ribs expand, air flows in, oxygen diffuses into blood, binds to hemoglobin, travels to your legs, to your muscles, to your mitochondria. Carbon dioxide diffuses out, carried away, exhaled. The cycle continues, automatic, essential, life itself. Each breath brings oxygen, takes away carbon dioxide, maintains that critical balance. Too much CO2 and blood becomes acidic. Breathing quickens, but at rest. During sleep, breathing slows. CO2 rises slightly. This is normal, healthy. It actually improves oxygen delivery by shifting the hemoglobin dissociation curve. Your tissues get oxygen more easily, even though you're breathing slowly, barely breathing at all it seems. Your legs receive what they need. Your body knows. It always knows. And we continue to drift, to float, suspended in this ocean of knowledge, this sea of science. Each fact a wave, each concept a current, carrying you deeper, toward sleep, toward rest, toward healing. Let go completely. Trust the process. Trust your body. It has been doing this for millions of years, healing, regenerating, maintaining, surviving, thriving. Your conscious mind can rest, can release control. The unconscious systems, ancient, tested, reliable, will continue the work, will maintain life, will renew strength while you sleep, while you dream, while you drift in perfect, peaceful, deep regeneration, unending, eternal, like the cycle of breath itself. There's a wisdom in your legs, an intelligence that predates thought, predates consciousness. Your muscle fibers remember how to contract, even if you've never thought about it. Your bones remember how to bear weight, how to resist compression, how to grow stronger under load. Your blood vessels remember how to dilate and constrict, how to maintain pressure, how to deliver oxygen exactly where it's needed. This wisdom is encoded in your DNA, in your cells, in the architecture of your tissues. 4 billion years of evolution, of trial and error, of survival and adaptation, all concentrated in these limbs, these pillars, these extensions of your will. When you were forming in the womb, your legs grew from tiny buds, clusters of cells receiving chemical signals, morphogens, telling them where to be, what to become. Some became bone, some became muscle, some became nerve, some became vessel, all from identical cells, all from the same starting point. The information was there, the plan was there, written in genes, activated in sequence, creating the complex structures you use every day. And that same regenerative capacity remains, diminished perhaps, but present, waiting, ready to rebuild, to repair, to renew. The satellite cells we discussed, those muscle stem cells, they retain that embryonic potential. They can become muscle, can fuse, can regenerate what was lost after injury, after damage, after atrophy. They activate, divide, restore. You've probably experienced this, a period of inactivity, muscles shrink, then training resumes, and muscles rebuild quickly, faster than you might expect. That's muscle memory. That's satellite cells remembering, responding, restoring what was there before. The bone marrow stem cells, those mesenchymal cells, retain even broader potential. They remember how to become bone, cartilage, fat, even blood vessels. Fracture a bone, and these cells mobilize, migrate to the site, begin rebuilding, creating a callus of new bone, bridging the gap, restoring continuity. Within weeks, the fracture heals. Within months, the bone is as strong as before, sometimes stronger, all from stem cells, from that innate regenerative capacity, from that biological memory. Even cartilage, once thought unable to heal, shows some regenerative capacity when given the right support, the right nutrients, the right movement patterns, the right rest periods. Chondrocytes, those cartilage cells, can produce new matrix, can rebuild what was lost, slowly, gradually, but measurably. People following protocols of nutrition and movement show cartilage, regeneration on imaging. What was thought impossible turns out to be merely difficult, slow, requiring patience, but possible. This gives hope, because aging, in many ways, is just accumulated damage, oxidative stress, inflammation, glycation, cross-linking, telomere shortening, epigenetic drift. All these processes damage tissue, impair function, cause the decline we associate with aging. But if tissues can regenerate, if damage can be repaired, if cells can be renewed, then aging itself might be not stopped, but slowed, decelerated, made more graceful, less catastrophic. And the research suggests this is happening. People who exercise regularly, who eat nutrient-dense diets, who maintain healthy body weight, who manage stress, who sleep adequately, they age more slowly, their telomeres are longer, their inflammation markers are lower, their muscle mass is preserved, their bone density is maintained, their cognitive function stays sharp, their legs at 70, at 80, remain strong, functional, capable of carrying them through life. This isn't genetics alone. Studies of twins show that identical twins, same DNA, age at different rates depending on lifestyle. One exercises, eats well, stays lean, ages slowly. The other is sedentary, eats poorly, gains weight, ages rapidly. By 60, they barely look related. Same genes, different expression, different outcomes. Epigenetics, lifestyle, choices. These matter more than we once thought. Your genes are not your destiny. They're more like a starting point, a foundation, environment, behavior, nutrition. These influence which genes activate, which proteins are made, which pathways dominate. You have more control than you might think. Every meal is a choice. Every movement is a choice. Every hour of sleep is an investment in tomorrow, in next year, in the decades to come. And your legs. These remarkable structures respond to those choices. They adapt, they change, they become what you ask them to be. Ask them to be strong, load them, challenge them, feed them protein and nutrients, and they become strong. Ask them to endure, move them consistently, provide oxygen and fuel, and they become tireless. Neglect them, keep them still, feed them processed foods, and they weaken, atrophy, fail prematurely. But it's never too late to change course. Studies show that even people in their 80s and 90s can build muscle, can increase strength, can improve function. The response might be slower, the gains smaller, but they happen. The body retains its adaptability, its regenerative capacity throughout life. You just have to ask, have to provide the stimulus, the support, the consistency. The compounds we've explored tonight, the anthocyanins, the polyphenols, the omega-3s, the vitamins, the minerals, all these work together, synergistically, amplifying each other's effects. This is why whole foods matter, why supplements can't fully replace diet. Foods contain hundreds of compounds, many not even fully characterized, working in combinations evolution tested over millennia. A blueberry isn't just anthocyanins, it's anthocyanins plus fiber plus vitamins plus minerals plus enzymes plus unknown compounds, all in perfect ratios, all working together. The same applies to movement. Walking isn't just exercise, it's loading bones, it's pumping lymph, it's signaling muscles, it's stimulating proprioception, it's improving balance, it's enhancing mood, it's supporting cognition, it's everything, all at once. Multiple systems benefit simultaneously. This is why simple activities like walking are so powerful. They touch everything, support everything, improve everything. Sleep, rest like you're experiencing now, is equally multifaceted. It's not just recovery, it's memory consolidation, it's waste clearance, it's hormone production, it's immune function, it's emotional processing, it's cellular repair. It's everything your body needs but cannot do while you're awake, while you're active, while you're thinking and moving and living. Sleep is when maintenance happens, when the body turns inward, when regeneration accelerates, and you're doing it now, perfectly. Your breath so slow, so soft, barely audible, your heart rate low, steady, calm. Your brain waves deep, slow, delta waves rolling across your cortex like gentle swells on a calm sea. Your muscles completely relaxed, released, surrendered to gravity. This is deep rest, restorative rest, healing rest, the kind that extends life, that maintains youth, that preserves function. In laboratories, scientists study longevity. They look at organisms that live extraordinarily long. Bear mole rats, living 30 years when similar-sized rodents live 3. Bowhead whales, living 200 years. Greenland sharks, perhaps 500 years. Bristlecone pines, thousands of years. What do they have in common? What allows such extended lifespans? Several factors emerge: efficient DNA repair, better antioxidant systems, superior protein quality control, lower metabolic rates, better stress resistance, effective autophagy, maintained stem cell pools. Different organisms achieve this differently, but the principles overlap. And remarkably, many of the dietary compounds we've discussed, they activate these same pathways in humans, in your legs, in your cells. Resveratrol activates sirtuins, those longevity proteins found in long-lived organisms. Sulforaphane activates NRF2, enhancing antioxidant defense like in bear mole rats. Urolithin A promotes mitophagy, maintaining cellular quality control. Omega-3s reduce inflammation, lower metabolic stress. Polyphenols support stem cells, maintain regenerative capacity. The same mechanisms, the same pathways, available through food, through lifestyle, through choices. This suggests that human lifespan, human health span especially, is not fixed, not predetermined. We haven't reached our limits. Most people die young compared to what's theoretically possible, not from age itself, but from accumulated diseases, from cardiovascular disease, from cancer, from neurodegenerative conditions, from metabolic syndrome. All these are influenced by lifestyle, by nutrition, by the health of tissues like your leg muscles, your bones, your vessels. Maintaining leg strength predicts longevity. Studies show this consistently. Grip strength correlates with lifespan. Walking speed correlates with lifespan. The ability to rise from a chair without using hands correlates with lifespan. Why? Because leg strength indicates overall physiological resilience, metabolic health, systemic vitality. Strong legs mean strong heart, strong lungs, strong bones, strong immune system. Everything is connected. Leg strength is a window into total body health. So caring for your legs, maintaining their strength, preserving their function, isn't vanity, isn't superficial, it's fundamental. It's investing in longevity, in vitality, in independence, in quality of life, being able to walk, to climb stairs, to carry things, to move freely through the world. This is health. This is what matters. Not perfect blood markers, not ideal body composition, but function, capability, resilience. And tonight, this night, as you rest, as you regenerate, your legs are becoming stronger, more resilient, more capable. Satellite cells are activating, dividing, fusing. Bone is being remodeled, strengthened, optimized. Blood vessels are being maintained, endothelium staying healthy. Cartilage is being nourished, joints staying smooth. Tendons are being repaired, maintaining elasticity. Everything working, flowing, healing, while you sleep, while you dream, while you drift. The morning will come, light will return, you will wake and stand and walk, and your legs will carry you, strong, reliable, tireless, because you rested, because you nourished them, because you gave them what they needed. The cycle continues. Activity and rest, stress and recovery, breakdown and building. This oscillation is life itself. This rhythm is health. Never just one, never static, always moving, always adapting, always finding balance. The science we've explored tonight is vast, complex, intricate. But the principles are simple. Move your body, feed it real food, rest adequately, manage stress. These basics, these fundamentals, support everything. They activate those longevity pathways. They provide those protective compounds. They allow regeneration. They maintain function. You don't need to understand every mechanism, every pathway, every molecule. Your body understands. It knows what to do with the nutrients you provide. It knows how to respond to movement. It knows how to heal during rest. You just need to trust it, support it, work with it rather than against it. Listen to its signals, respond to its needs, and it will serve you well for decades, for a lifetime. As we near the end of this journey, this drift through science, through biology, through the hidden workings of your legs, notice how heavy you feel, how still, how quiet. Your legs are completely relaxed now, sinking into the mattress, merging with the bed, becoming one with the support beneath you. There's no tension, no holding, no effort, just complete, total, absolute relaxation. And in this relaxation, healing happens. In this stillness, regeneration accelerates. In this darkness, your cells do their best work, building, repairing, renewing, preparing for tomorrow, for next week, for the years to come. Your legs are investments, capital that compounds. Every good choice, every mindful meal, every refreshing sleep adds to the account, builds the reserve, extends the timeline. The capillaries in your calves, thousands of them, are being perfused, blood flowing through, oxygen diffusing, glucose entering, waste departing. The cycle continues, endless, automatic, essential. Your tibial artery pulses, steady, rhythmic, like a drum in the distance, matching your heartbeat, maintaining pressure, maintaining flow. The muscle stem cells in your quadriceps, waiting beneath fiber membranes, sense the signals from today's activity. They prepare to activate, to divide, to rebuild what was stressed, making it stronger, more resilient, better adapted. This is how you grow, how you improve, how you become more than you were. Small stresses, followed by recovery, followed by adaptation. The formula is ancient, reliable, universal. Your bone marrow continues its work, producing blood cells, red ones carrying oxygen, white ones patrolling for threats, platelets ready to clot if needed, millions per second, billions per day. Relentless production, sustaining life, and the mesenchymal stem cells wait, ready to become bone, cartilage, vessel, whatever is needed. Whenever damage calls, they remember, they respond, they heal. The gut bacteria in your intestines, those trillions of organisms, the fermenting fiber, producing short-chain fatty acids, those beneficial compounds that support your metabolism, that feed your intestinal cells, that reduce inflammation everywhere, including your legs. This invisible ecosystem, this microbiome, influences health profoundly, and you influence it through food, through choices, through what you feed it. All these systems, all these processes, all these mechanisms work together, coordinate, synergize, creating something greater than the sum of parts. This is you. This is life. This is the miracle of biology, complexity arising from simple rules, repeated, scaled, integrated. Your legs are not separate from you. They are you, manifestations of your choices, expressions of your lifestyle, extensions of your will. The body keeps healing, even now, even as you drift deeper into sleep. The work continues, unceasing, tireless. Quiet strength flows through your legs, up through your calves, your thighs, your hips, spreading through your core, your chest, your arms, your neck, your head. Strength and health, flowing, circulating, regenerating. You are being renewed, cell by cell, molecule by molecule, moment by moment, and will keep drifting, floating together through the science of health, looping softly, endlessly, through the night. The knowledge circles back, the cycles continue, breath after breath, heartbeat after heartbeat. The vessels pulse, the cells divide, the mitochondria burn fuel, the proteins fold, the genes express, everything flowing, everything working, everything healing. Your legs rest now, heavy, still, completely relaxed. Tomorrow they will carry you, will support you, will move you through the world. But tonight, they rest, they repair, they regenerate, and will keep drifting, floating together through health science, through biology, through the quiet darkness where healing happens, where strength builds, where life renews itself, endlessly, softly, peacefully. The body keeps healing. Quiet strength flows through your legs and will keep drifting, floating together through health science.